see. Baby, tell me what it mean. Bellow shorty made me bust. I got Glagons on my jeans. We are really turning.
How's it going, YouTube? It's Nomad TCG here, back at it again with another video. This is going to be another market watch after the fallout of the 3 YCSs that took place. So we had the 250th in London, the 250th in Los Angeles, and the 250th in Bogota. So a lot of things happened. We saw a Sprite variant take the London one, and then Cashtiro won not only the Los Angeles YCS, but the Bogota one. We all know this by now, that Cash is pretty much the powerhouse of the format. There are some people who still prefer decks like Sprite, Naturia Runic, other Runic strategies like the Fur Hire Runic deck we've seen lately. We've seen Plunder Runic, we've seen just several other strategies that can win. So don't get discouraged by the fact that Cash, you know, in terms of representation, has the most conversion. It's just a very powerful deck, and it has some very unfair things about it. I will say it is lacking in the consistency department, which is why I prefer something more like Evil Twin Sprite, like the Runic variant. That's really nice. So we saw a lot of movement with cards that were sided this weekend, cards that were in main decks this weekend, and we also have some hype surrounding some future cards for Cyberstorm Access. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, give you guys a briefing on what I think you should do with the cards, and then yeah, that'll be it for today. So our first card we're going to cover is Kurakara Divincarnate. So this card is an incredible side deck option. It's one of the only cards that works if your opponent makes a Rise Heart pass, or if they try to go for the full zone lock, which is really nice because it deals with, you know, not only the Cashier matchup, but other decks. Like you can play in the Sprite boards with this card as well. So we see that this card has pretty much, yesterday it was approaching like $40, and it seems like it's kind of calmed down to $30. I do see this card falling back down even further. This did come out in Power of the Elements, and we should be, you know, we got the unlimited wave run of that. So we may end up seeing this in the tins, because I believe they announced the tins today. So I'd be weary about picking these up. Obviously, if you need them for any upcoming regionals or events, make sure you have, you know, your copies. But I would probably be looking to unload these if you're not necessarily needing these, or there's no events you're planning on heading to, especially right now, because I believe these will fall more towards the $20 range, back where like they were. So yeah, I see why the spike is there. You know, it's a card that saw a lot of success this weekend, which definitely is a good card. But yeah, if you don't have any events to go to, I'd probably unload these before they start dropping, which they inevitably will. Like I said, if we look at the sales history, here you can see like you had some 39, 32, 32, 35. So yeah, they were a little bit higher, and now they're settling at like $30 range. So yeah, great card, but don't know if the spike is largely worth it. Next is Drunk Synchron. So this is not only for Edison format, this is super popular in the Drunk Frog strategies, but there's like a bunch of new tuners coming out in the next set, and people are kind of hyping up like this synchro strategy. As you can see, this card has just skyrocketed since the beginning of the year. Went from 10, yeah, now it's like 20. But if you actually come down here, LPs are like 23, 24, and then near mints, only verified near mint is 30, and then there's a 40. So these are pretty much near completely bought out. I don't know where this will settle. This is not your only chance to get a Holo Drunk Synchron. Just want to note that. If you go back here, there is like, if you like foreign copies, there's an advent calendar one. Not sure why it's not popping up, but it's a super rare. It looks pretty clean. And then you have the Duelist Saga and the Tin Ultra. The Duelist Saga one has kind of started to go up. This is probably gonna be the next one to hit. Okay, yeah, it's like $10. Wow, might be worth trying to grab these $10 copies, honestly, because then they head up towards 20. So I'd be looking into Drunk Synchrons, honestly. whether you're old format player or you play current. Next, Muckraker from the Underworld. So Live Twin Runic Sprite deck has been playing this. It kind of replaces having to play like a third Kissy Kill, which is really nice. This card is incredible. It saves stuff from dying by battle. It's something that you can conveniently go into to get rid of cards you like drew going first if you would rather have like a different Fiend monster on the field. So that's pretty nice. As we can see, this card was around $6-7 towards the beginning of the year. Now it's like 17. So yeah, 17-18 bucks. I think there's plenty. The market's pretty saturated with these, so I don't see it going up anymore. I do see this maybe settling at 15, but I think this card will hold. I think it's a really good card for what it does. It can support a lot of different strategies. So yeah, I would be weary of picking these up. Obviously, if you need them now, I would probably get it, but this is also, I think, slated for the tins, so I'd expect a reprint to come on this this summer. So just be careful of that. Next thing is Sprite Sprint. This is also probably going to be getting a reprint. So just to point out, this card, I covered it in the last market watch. It was around like $12 to $14. Now it's like pretty much $17-18 card. This card is bannable, I will say that. It's very, very, very strong. Like, abusing the anglers and stuff is absurd. This card used to abuse Merly. It has the potential going forward to do a lot of crazy things with the new tuners that are coming out, like the Apple Dragon, Shinobi Necro exist, Assault Synchron exist. I think that this card will see a time when it's on the list. So I would also be wary of picking any of these up. If you're playing Sprite, you know, good for you. Might be worth thinking about getting rid of the deck if you're not going to be attending nationals or you're not going to play it for the national season. Next, Runic cards. So Runic did really well this weekend, whether it was the Naturia version, the Evil Twin Sprite version, Plunder. There's even Shun Pingzu piloted a Cashdira Runic deck that was insane. So we see Tip back up towards $30, which is like its original price. We see Hugin heading towards $20. And then we also see Runic Fountain at around $15. So all these, you know, the main pieces for the Runic engine have started to climb up. Next, we have Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. This card was side decked heavily in a lot of strategies this weekend, and it's about $3 for a super copy. Not bad. It's a good solid side deck card. I would probably pick these up, you know, just to have, because this isn't the only format where it will have applications. I could see it definitely picking up popularity if we get any more fusion decks or like synchro decks in the format. So that's just a heads up there. Make sure you have these. The Ultra and Ulti are pretty up there in price, and the common's only like $1. So that's another, like, you look here, you can check these out. You have a couple different opportunities to grab these. So yeah, you see your Ultra copies. These are a lot more than this. This is an old card, so I'm sure these 380s are damaged copies. But yeah, you have them for like probably commons around $2 to $3, I'm assuming. Yeah, about $2 for common. So I'd think about getting these very, very soon. Next, just pay attention to this, because the Evil Twin Sprite, you know, Runic list, and then just regular Evil Twin Sprite has been doing solid since this format. The other one's still like $1, but I've noticed that this has kind of started to climb up over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, we're seeing this approach towards, like, I mean, you have unverifieds listed here for like less than $2. That goes for little ways, but the verified ones are like basically $4 to $5 when you add in shipping. That's crazy. Yeah, so I'd be paying attention to these. This very well could be a solid $5 card here very soon. Next, I talked about this again, told you guys to make sure you have these while they were like $15. Yeah, well, as we can see now, no verifieds here. Cheapest verifieds, $23 basically. These are around like $16-17 when I showed them before, so that's like a $6 price increase already. this card I fully believe can hit like $40-$50, especially when the synchro strategies pick up steam, and that's very, very soon. So again, I am telling you right now, if you do not have a copy of this, get a copy. If you're big balling like that, invest in the CR. I am telling you, you will not be disappointed. The CR versions, I seen this at like 90, and now it's 125. So I'm just saying, get this if you can. I could see if this card takes off, this no time, it's a $200 CR, no doubt. And if you get the Ultra for 25, no time before it's a $40 or $50 Ultra. I'm telling you guys, invest in this card. It's going to go up. Next, another card I told you guys about, Super Heavy Samurai cards. Look, here we are. We got these at $5 now, almost $6 a copy. These are like twos. Like literally, this was probably, yeah, like $2 to $3 I was telling you about, and now they pretty much doubled. Again, guys, pay attention to the OCG, and you will know that these cards are gonna get bought out over here eventually, because people are just waiting for the day that they can abuse these cards. Again, next Super Heavy Samurai card. These kind of hyped up for a little bit, then dropped back down, and now looks like they've kind of bumped back up. So, you know, they had a little dip here. As you can see, they went up, they dropped down, and now they're heading back up. So people are just waiting to play these. Again, another $4 common. And lastly, a card I want to talk about was Gamma Seal. So this is like the most popular kaiju, just because, you know, the lowest attack stat. It was used in quite a few decks this weekend. I think that people played Kurikara, but some people are still kind of like not caught on to that yet, and they were playing this. Also, we've seen use of the Dark Kaiju, especially in the Live Twin decks, like the Runic strategy. I don't even know exactly how expensive. What is his name? Radian? But yeah, because you get Fiend locked, so very interesting. These are really cheap though, nothing to worry about there. So yeah, it's mainly Gamma Seal that's kind of skyrocketed there. Yeah, guys, this is all we have for today. Again, make some smart decisions in the market. Pay attention to these cards that are coming out. If you already got your Super Heavy Samurai cards, congrats, you did well. You still have a chance to pick up Accel before it skyrockets though, so I would do that. But cards to have, I would recommend having a set of these. Make sure you get at least one copy of each of these. That's probably going to be the ratio that most decks play, because this is abusable. Good thing this isn't like a dark or light, so Bestials can't affect it. Yeah, we may see DD Crow kind of get some popularity if this deck takes off. We'll see. So make sure you got these cards, guys. All right, Nomad out. Peace.